is finally out of the bag here. This is Rocksteady's new game, and there is a lot of anticipation behind it, right? And the ARKHAM games are extremely popular, and buzz has been building behind this new game. So, what can you tell us?
Tell us a lot.
I'm really excited and proud to be able to reveal Rocksteadys Suicide Squad. You know, it's a unique new franchise for gaming, and we've been able to put our own spin on it and create something really special that I think gamers are going to love and enjoy. Obviously, it's brought to you by the team that created Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. And in fact, this is a continuation of the Arkham verse. So a lot of the through threads and the storylines you're going to see come to fruition in this game. So we've been able to combine all of that core DNA with some really great, unique innovations and create what we think is going to be a totally original gameplay experience.
Okay, well, that's awesome. But let me just ask you this. Why this game? Why Suicide Squad?
Well, when we're starting any game, Rocksteady games are all about a character-driven game. You know, it's all about that kind of heart and soul of the characters that we want to bring to life. So we worked with DC. We looked at, you know, all the different properties, all the different great characters that they have. And Suicide Squad really spoke to us because of how fascinating these flawed characters are and the fact that it's fusing all of these characters together. When you're creating a game, you're creating a universe and you want to build it with real heart and soul inside it. And that's what really inspired us to make the Suicide Squad game.
For me, my biggest question, and really probably everybody's biggest question that they want to know is, and no offense, but what is wrong with you, man? Why are you making a game about a group of bad guys taking on some of the most beloved heroes of all time?
Well, I think for us, we always want to put our characters in interesting and exciting and dynamic situations. And it felt like the Suicide Squad naturally really lends itself to that. You know, even just starting with their boss, Amanda Waller, nanite bombs in their heads, and she's forcing them to do this impossible mission, this mission to take on and kill the Justice League. And I think that's where you always find, I think, the magic is when you can put characters in these situations that are absolutely impossible. And then to a certain extent, these things kind of write themselves, because once you've got that premise, you just let that live and breathe. And you think, right, well, how the hell can the Suicide Squad kill the Justice League?
That's
how
what I'm
can
saying.
that even happen? And really, that's the genesis of the game. And then it's down to us to take the player on this journey and tell this story of how that could even be possible. So the superhero empowerment, I guess supervillain empowerment here, is looking at each one of the individual squad members and looking at what's unique about them and transferring this into this really powerful gameplay and using, again, those skills and techniques that we've learned over the years, but actually adding more richness and depth to each of them. So each one of them has a richer move set, more things you can do, and more skill required to master them than you even had with Batman. So to do that across the spectrum of Suicide Squad members has been something that's been really enjoyable, and I'm really proud of what the team have achieved there. And then you can combine that with the gunplay, you know, the awesome
I think Captain Boomerang has a speed force. Look at him.
Combined with the melee weapons that you have, like Deadshot's wrist cannons, Harley's baseball bat, Shark wielding twin cleavers, and special enhanced universal moves you can use, like Deadshot doing a fuel dump and setting enemies on fire. You know, so it's really about creating a whole spectrum of possibilities for the player to use and just letting them loose and enjoying them as much as they can.
Wow, that sounds awesome. Let's take a couple questions now. We've got a question from Altair from the UK, and he wants to know, what has been the most exciting part about working on this new game?
Well, I think one thing we were really excited about was to bring Metropolis to life. So we created this open world over which the game takes place. And I think it's really a love letter from us to DC fans. I think they're going to love it and really enjoy it. And it's something that I'm really proud of. The team have done a phenomenal job with that.
We have another question here, also from the UK, which is, you're from the UK and both questions are from the UK, so somebody do the math. But Ellis from the UK wants to know, with the Suicide Squad game that's coming up, will we be playing as every character from the squad or just one? And if it is just one, which character is it going to be? Because
I think you're going to be playing as all of them.
Killing Superman.
Well, the game itself, the structure of the game is it's a 1 to 4 player co-op game. So if you want to play single player, you can totally play single player. I mean, our mantra has been that you play this game or you want to play it. So if you play single player, you'll still have a full squad with you. You'll have 2, 3, 4 will be filled by bots who will fight along with you and really join in the fun and obviously give you that squad experience. But if you want to play multiplayer with your friends, that's still absolutely great. They can join in and take the role of the other squad members. And the great thing is that that's a dynamic experience. So you can play some of the story single player, some multiplayer. The whole game is accessible, single player, multiplayer, in and out of those 2 modes, however you want to do it.
4-player
it's really
co-op,
something that
guys.
we just
Who's
wanna give
hype?
up to the fans and let them choose. And of course, if you're playing single player, the other cool thing is you can even switch between the characters. You're never locked to any particular character for any particular section of the game. So you want to play as Deadshot, jetpacking around, sniping enemies, you can do that. And then boom, just instantly switch to playing as Harley, swinging around and flying into enemies from a baseball bat around the head. So there's so much freedom in the way you play the game, because we really wanted to get across that feeling of being a whole squad and not just one person going on this mission.
Lastly, I'd like to know if it's okay with you, if can I be in the new game? I'm not saying Task Force X. I'm just saying maybe just like a random handsome guy who's, you know, hanging out in Metropolis, just being handsome and dodging chunks of debris.
I think we can maybe make something work, Will.
Great. Well, then it's settled. That's awesome. That's the contract. Thank you for joining us, Sefton. It's the game looks absolutely spectacular, and it will be made even better by the appearance of me as an NPC.
Sure thing, Will. Good luck teleporting home.
I've made a huge mistake.
Series. That is the best of mothership. Rocksteady, it's been too long since I've seen that logo. Welcome back, Metropolis.